Hi, I'm Jasper, and I'm a rising senior at the Horace Mann High School. And for my third milestone of my project, I've basically finished my game, and it is now ready for modifications. And so basically, for my last milestone, I've basically added a lot more models of walls that are playable. In total, we have 8 walls now that are completely playable, fully functional, act as rigid bodies with real physics. And we also have 6 interactable cubes, so we can kind of expand the shapes that we want to form. And most notably, I now have a full working control panel that will help the player in the game. So we have 9 buttons up here. 8 of these buttons can be used to select a wall from an array of walls. So each button has a number assigned to them from 0 to 8. From 0 to 7, because there are 8 walls, and between 0 to 7 inclusive, there are 8 numbers. So each button has a number assigned to it, and when you press that button, it calls one of those numbers to an array in a script that I've written, which spawns one of these walls. And then the 9th button here is a restart button, so it will teleport whatever wall you're using back to a spawn point at the end of the table. And at the bottom here, we have a slider. And what the slider does is essentially it takes the percentage of where it is at on the x-axis along a invisible slider line on this mesh, and it takes that percentage and multiplies it by a specific number you want, and that number is used as the speed for the wall moving down the table. So I can kind of give an example of this slider if I can. It's a bit hard from this angle, but as you can see, if I move the slider up, the percentage increases and the wall moves faster, and I can pull it back down all the way to 0 where it stops. The button here, you can see with the loop, is the reset button, so it's going to teleport that wall back to the start. And then these number of buttons, as I said before, are just different meshes, so different holes with different difficulties. As the numbers increase, there are more blocks needed for each hole, so I guess in a way they are increasing in difficulty. So yeah, and the final number is a little strange shape that is a little hard to do at this angle, so I thought it'd be a little fun to put it in there. And so yeah, in addition to that, I've also added a few more triggers that I mentioned last time. In case the cube falls off the table, I found that there were some spots where the cubes didn't actually hit the trigger even though they fell off the table, and so they never respawned back onto the table. So I fixed some of those things, added some more triggers behind the table as well as on the table, because there's a point where you cannot reach the cubes anymore on the table if I throw it far away accidentally. So just a few bugs and glitches here and there that I've fixed overall, and in general my game is now finished and it's ready for modifications. So yeah.